Okay. Did some last minute setup here, so apologies. Okay. Go ahead and minimize that there. Double checking some stuff. And looks good on Twitch. Well, mostly. It's saying my keyframe interval's too high. That's weird. I don't know what that means. I don't know. I might have to mess with that later. For now, we're good to go here. All right, let's go ahead and switch cameras. Set my cough drops over there. Get these clone troopers out of the way. Music sounds really loud to me. Altos and Mini Shinny Kitten are both here. How's it going? Is it my headset that's just loud? I think we're good. Okay. I just got it up, Mini Shinny Kitten. I was still working on getting everything set up. I was running a little bit behind tonight. Music sounds good. Nice levels. The vibes are vibing. Good, good. So you guys, I'm glad it sounds great to you. Because the levels I'm hearing it at aren't necessarily what you guys are hearing it at. And I think I just had my personal volume up too high, so I turned that down just a tad. You dropped $100 on a popcorn bucket today. Is it the Grogu popcorn bucket, or is it a different one? Because that's the only one I'm, like, familiar with right now, I think. I was watching a video earlier. They were doing a paint thinning tutorial, which is fantastic. I always feel like I'm not doing something right. Like sometimes I get it where I'm like, this is fantastic, and then other times it's just not quite what I'm wanting. I'm gonna go and set my Wookiees out here. So I think I'm gonna work on finishing these 3 before I move on to the other 3. Excuse me, sorry. Because I want to get them done. I don't want 6 of them that are like almost done. I would rather have 3 that are completely done than 6 that are almost done. It's an AT-AT popcorn bucket with Mando climbing up the side. The head swivels, has LED lasers, makes sound, and holds 85 ounces of popcorn. I personally feel like that is worth $100. That sounds amazing. So is it the different style? Because I think in like preview for the movie, it wasn't like the Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi. I don't know what the different models are. That's the main one I'm familiar with. Like there's that one, and then there's like the new one from like the First Order had, which I don't know if those are still AT-ATs or AT-ATs. It's in the movie style. Nice. But I was thinking the new one, well, I don't know if it's new. Someone had told me it was like an older model in the lore. They're all AT-ATs? Okay. Because I know there's like, you know, there's the AT-ST, and then there's also like, what is it, the AT-PT, which is slightly different, but it's also kind of a two-legged walker, but it's like, I think it's a little bit smaller, and the like top is shaped different. That might have been like an early model before they did the Scout one. And then I know there's like the AT-RTs, which are much, much smaller. In fact, actually, I have an AT-RT. I have a clone on an AT-RT right here, which are kind of like itty-bitty personal walker versions. The one in the movie is based on the Rebels AT-AT, like the one in Rebels. Because someone was saying like basically the ones we know and love from, you know, Hoth and Endor are basically like hard to find, and they're out of production and you can't get parts. So basically they like the Empire found old ones, or maybe they, you know, spun up an old production facility or something. I don't know. But someone was saying that on Reddit, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, yeah, it's Filoni's AT-AT. That makes sense. Of course that makes sense. Okay. Let's get started with some painting. There's a few different things I want to do. Excited to see it Saturday. I don't know when we're going to see it yet. We're definitely very excited to see it too. I'm hoping we can see it this weekend. We want to take the whole family. Like, Mini Shinny obviously wants to see it, but even Shinny Baby, he's watched some of the show with us, and he doesn't know very many words, but one of the few words that he knows and can say is Grogu, and he says it pretty good. Like he enunciates it pretty well. Let's go ahead and switch to 2x zoom. All right, so I have not seen it yet. I want to so bad. It is difficult. Oh, it's on streaming now. Okay, I knew you could purchase it because you had mentioned that you had purchased it, but I wasn't sure if it was available for the normal streaming without purchasing. Because I'm so excited to see that. You think Amazon Prime? Okay, I'll have to take a look. It's very difficult. We don't have a lot of babysitter options, and so it's difficult to find a time to be able to go see a movie like that. Because Mini Shinny, she would probably be okay watching that, but it's also kind of like if you haven't seen a movie yet, a lot of times it's hard to just be like, oh yeah, I'll take my 8-year-old to that. Blood Drunk Bruce has it going. You'll be looking for a bit, but I'll be back in a while. That's perfectly fine, man. Thanks for stopping by and letting me know that you're lurking. I haven't really done anything yet. I've just kind of gotten stuff ready, and I was a little bit late tonight too. I was running behind getting everything set up. So yeah, he's got like some hair tie things that I want to paint. I'm kind of thinking about doing those in red, similar to like the other guy's little tabard skirt thing. Whoops. I just threw him on the ground. But yeah, I was thinking maybe some red. And I also want to paint his lip. And maybe do a little bit of dry brushing or something to... I don't know if I want to dry brush, or maybe I just want to pick out a little bit of highlights on his fur. Do like some gray, maybe some light gray. I think that'll look good. And then maybe his gun really kind of blends into his arm there. It's a little bit shinier than his fur, but it's all kind of a dark gray-ish. So... I don't know, do I want to add some color to the gun, or do I care that it blends in? Because it's not a bad thing that it blends in, necessarily. Like, it's not exactly the right way to paint it, but I think it'll be okay. So I think if I add some highlights on his fur and paint his little hairband things... I think he'll be in a pretty good place, and then I can paint the rim of his base. Shiny Wifey is here as well. I wasn't sure if you were going to be able to make it out of Shiny Baby's room or not. Or if you're still in there. You could still be in there, for all I know. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get out a couple of colors here. Grab some red for the hair ties. Let's see. I don't know if deep gray is going to be enough of a highlight. So I think I might jump all the way up to ash gray and just do some really, really light highlights on his fur. I think that'll be a good choice there. So yeah, I'm going to grab some pure red first. We're going to do his little hairband things. And I'm trying to remember. I'm thinking... I don't actually know why I chose to not paint their lips the same color as their fur. Because in my head, I was thinking like you could like I was thinking Chewbacca's lip was like clearly like skin colored, but like I'm actually looking at pictures now because I'm not sure. I guess. Okay, so I'm kind of looking at it. There is a little bit of a pinkish tone to his lips. It's not as exaggerated or as clearly visible as I thought it was. So I definitely don't want to go crazy and paint. You there's here. How's it going? Welcome. Sorry. But yeah, I was gonna go kind of crazy and paint them like very, very bright lips, but I think that's gonna be too much. So maybe if I tone it down with something like this, or even maybe like the barbarian flesh, or maybe the like buffed hide, where it's kind of a little bit of pink but still kind of, I don't know, this one might work. Buffed hide. Why is this one, this one's in a weird spot on my shelf? Like it's not where I thought it should be. I need to organize my paints. Yeah, I'm gonna try buffed hide. I think that'll work. I'm basically gonna do that on all of their bottom lips that I left unpainted. Hello there. General Kenobi. When I left Mini Shinny upstairs, she was working on some drawings. She had the laptop pulled out set up on a tray, and she was going to do some drawing while she watched, which I think is a fantastic idea. I think that is a great way to spend some hobby time. It kind of did, but I'm sleepy. You there is here. You there. I'm pretty sure you are in a much different time zone than we are here, because I'm pretty sure that a lot of times we are like getting towards the end of our stream and you're like, all right, I'm going to a game in a little bit. And so I'm thinking you're like, I don't even know where you would be located. It's 2 p.m. where you are? Okay, so you are 7 hours behind us. Or what is that, like 17 hours ahead of us? Did the 20th or the 21st where you're at? Yeah, like I knew based on like some of the stuff you had told me you were in a very different time zone. I just put way too much paint on my wet palette. It's the 21st. Okay, so you're in the future, bud. You're a time traveler. I'm gonna start calling you Marty McFly. So, okay, does that put you in like Australia, New Zealand-ish? Like, I have no idea. I'm just kind of guessing. You're a hobbit. Ah, okay, so New Zealand? Did I guess? Did I get it right? Yeah, nice. Okay. I was like rough guessing based on like the time difference. But that's really cool. Really, really cool. Have you been able to like visit like some of the locations that like stuff was filmed? Or is it not quite as a big deal that like you live there and so you're just like, oh yeah, it's right around the corner? Like, that might be too bright. I don't know. I kind of like it though too. You've been to most of them? That's neat. Okay, it's not going to stand out as much on this color, which is probably fine. I think that looks pretty good. Like the lip is a slightly different shade. So like if you're really like looking at it, you can tell that it's not just like more fur. Have you been to like the Hobbiton area? Like, are you able to go and like go inside the Hobbit houses and stuff? Oh yeah, he was. I remember that. And it was kind of like, of all the places to move, why did you move to Kansas? Blood Drunk Bruce, how's it going? Hobbiton's like an hour to your house. So do you just like go visit every once in a while? You're just like, yeah, I want to feel like I'm in the Shire today. Yeah, Blood Drunk, you missed it. We were talking about how his time zone difference was. Well, I was trying to guess where he was from, and he was basically like 17 hours in the future from us. It's the 21st where he's at. It's only the 20th here. It's 9:25 p.m. here. And so yeah, we were trying to kind of guess a little bit, like, well, where is he? And I guessed either Australia or New Zealand right around the time he said, I'm a hobbit. So yeah, that is exciting. Oh my gosh, I apologize. I've been looking at the Twitch chat and I was ignoring the YouTube chat, so I apologize. Talto said, just move up here, Shinny. Kaylin and I can babysit the minis and spoil them. That was probably in reference to me talking about earlier how sometimes it's hard for us to get babysitters to like go on dates or go see movies sometimes. So a lot of times we're behind on a lot of new release movies. And Mini Shinny is coloring kitties, dragons, and a viper. That is a wild combination. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry you there. I did not even... I didn't even notice, or I was not paying enough attention if you've told us before that you were a she, so I apologize. Did you say we could use them for insider stock trades? Love it. Thank you, Blood Drunk. I actually just went and painted all of the lips on the Wookiees because I had left them unpainted before. I wanted them to be kind of slightly skin tone because in my head I was thinking like Chewbacca like clearly had a big pink lip. And that's not exactly true. His lip is clearly like not the same color as his fur, but it's not quite as outstanding as I thought it was. I'm convinced everyone from New Zealand is female. Never met a male Kiwi. The guy that did that sold us Shinny Wifey's car, he did like the loan paperwork for it from the dealership. He was from New Zealand. As you mentioned, I can't envision his skin tones at all, right? Like, in my mind, I was thinking like, oh yeah, his lips, like, I remember being able to see, like, when he's growling and snarling and stuff, I remember seeing his lips, and I remember, like, they're kind of pinkish, so I actually went and looked up some pictures. Unfortunately, I don't have like a screen share tab set up in OBS. I need to do that so that I can share pictures and stuff easier. But I was thinking it was way more pink than it really is, but it's just like a slight pinkish tone. So I picked out some buffed hide where it's kind of a little bit brown, got a little bit of red in it, and kind of leaning towards pink, but it's not like super bright like Barbarian Flesh would be, and it's not super pink like Raging Rose would be or something like that. So I think that was a pretty good choice. So now I'm also going to go in and pick out his hair ties here. And then I believe some of the other guys, like this guy in his dreadlocks, he has little, what look like they should probably be hair ties or decorations of some kind. So I think I'll paint those red as well. Get a little bit more color in there. So I'm just going to pick out some pure red for now and get to work on these guys. Probably don't want him wearing red Sephora. Probably not. What's everyone's favorite Star Wars mini? It's a good question. I'm trying to think of... There's some pretty good ones out there. trying to think of like which ones I've had like the most fun painting too. Like I'm trying to like that is adjusting my score, like my internal score. You meant movie. Okay. But both are valid. Favorite Star Wars movie. Favorite Star Wars movie. Oh man. As a kid, I 100% would have said Return of the Jedi. I wore out our VHS for that movie. In the context of Andor, Rogue One is like by far one of the best Star Wars movies, but on its own is good but not top tier. That's fair. Favorite mini is when they finally release a hooded evil version of Anakin. That would be really cool. Movies Revenge of the Sith. Okay. So this is gonna sound really strange. As a kid, I remember when all the prequel movies came out. I actually watched all of the special editions of the original trilogy in theaters as well. But then I remember when like Phantom Menace came out, went and saw it, loved it. Saw Attack of the Clones, saw Revenge of the Sith in theaters, like all of them. I've seen The Phantom Menace tons of times since it released. I've seen Attack of the Clones several times, and I honestly can't say that I've seen Revenge of the Sith more than the time I saw it in theaters, and not because I didn't like it or anything. It's a hard one to go and sit down and watch just that one, in my opinion. It's a great movie, don't get me wrong, but it's one that like recently I was sitting here like, oh man, I need to rewatch that one. But I kind of want to like rewatch the whole prequel trilogy to get to that one. Oh, it is really hard to beat A New Hope. Taltush is right there. When you see the new Grogu and Mandu, that'll be your favorite Star Wars movie. That's fair, Mini Shinny. That is fair. Bruce says you're cool. Bruce, are you telling me the truth? He may be a liar. I'm just throwing that out there. I can't let you have 100% confidence in anybody. We were discussing favorite Star Wars movies, and I'm still kind of thinking about that one. I do think A New Hope is fantastic on its own as like a standalone. It does so much in that, like, I don't even think it's quite 2-hour runtime. If you lie and I'm a joust you. Oh man, Phantom Menace, Darth Maul. There's a lot of good stuff in Phantom Menace too. I know Shinny Wifey would probably answer Phantom Menace. She absolutely loves pod racing. Currently chilly here in Kansas, but Kansas is drunk and just needs to go home. Favorites also depends on how you watch them. If you watch 4 to 6 first, it's kind of like Luke's story and how it all came to be. If you watch 1 through 6, then it all becomes Anakin's story. That also makes sense. Because if you watch 1 through 6, you watch the fall of Anakin, turn into Darth Vader, and then kind of the eventual redemption arc. Oh, and also welcome Fox Behind the Tree. Sorry, I didn't. I read your messages and just kind of went right along with it, but didn't actually say hi, so I apologize for that. And this one, I need to do like a deep clean on this brush. It is like immediately splitting, which is really annoying. Let me find another brush. Ooh, her favorite's Return of the Jedi because of the Ewoks. Second favorite is Phantom, and that was hard to decide. I mean, okay, Phantom Menace, you got Darth Maul, you got Duel of the Fates. Qui-Gon Jinn's pretty amazing. Pod racing is really cool world building for Star Wars. Let's see. I think a lot of people out of the first 6 would probably argue that Attack of the Clones is probably one of the weakest. Fox Behind the Tree, thank you for the follow. I fixed my notifications, by the way. I wasn't getting like follow alerts, and I went in and changed the setting, and they work now. Heck yeah. AWOL Trooper, how's it going? Welcome. We are working on finishing these Wookiees from last week, and then potentially starting on the other Wookiees as well. Remember, me being here is Bruce's fault. Favorite's Revenge of the Sith, mainly because of the first I ever watched. That's the first one you watched? What a wild way to start Star Wars. Who did this to you? Like, who tricked you into watching it that way? No, listen to the Moose Butter song. What's your favorite scene? The temple slaughter. Oh my gosh. They're like, yes, yes, Order 66, yes, yes. Oh my gosh, I am... Taltos, I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting to look at the other chat window. For some reason, YouTube is not updating in my... Like, I have the combined chat here, and it is just not updating in there for some reason. It was 46 when you woke up today. The Machete Order is your favorite way to watch. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, Solo, Rogue One, and then 6. Wait, does Rogue One... Does Rogue One make sense before 6? Is that where it is not? I guess if you were watching 1 through 6, Rogue One would make sense right before A New Hope. But to add more context to some other scenes, maybe is that where it should fit? It doesn't. It goes before. Well, yeah. Like, chronologically, I know it goes before 4. Oh, and I just saw. Okay, you got Basilisk Sean's Saber Staff from Neo Savers. That is amazing. That is amazing. Rogue is after 3, before 4, right? Yes, and it is like immediately before 4. Like, maybe a couple hours, like at worst, but potentially even like minutes. Like, they jump away at the end of Rogue One, and then like Vader catches them like right after to start episode 4. Oh, you there. So, okay, so you just happened to catch it on TV, basically. Did that hook you? Did you watch Revenge of the Sith and you're like, man, Star Wars is awesome? Or were you like, what is this? Alright, so he's got these, like, I don't know, things in his dreads. So I'm going to paint those red too, because I kind of want them to match. I gotta know what happens next. You start all of Star Wars with Revenge of the Sith, and you watch Order 66, and you're like, man, that was wild. I gotta see more of this. It hooked me. Whether that was fortunate or not is another question. Fair. Fair, fair, fair. Oh my gosh, excuse me. I apologize. I don't know how much of my cough comes across on the stream. The cat fell asleep weird. He fell asleep mid-stretch. I used to have a buddy that had narcolepsy, and he could fall asleep. Like, we'd be in the middle. This was a while back, but we'd be in the middle of like a Destiny 1 raid, and he'd fall asleep. Like, we'd be in a boss battle or something, and then we'd catch him just standing in a corner snoring. Must have the womp rat virus. It's exactly... No, I'm pretty sure me and the kids all got sick kind of recently. Shinny Wifey, were you actually sick, or were you just sympathy coughing with us for a couple of days? I can't remember, but we all got something a little while back, and when I was younger, I had like a bad case of bronchitis, and so I have like basically anytime I get a cough, it lasts potentially for weeks now because I have like chronic bronchitis or something like that. And anytime I like get a cough, it just lasts and lasts and lasts, like the Energizer Bunny. Bronchitis. She was faking it, clearly. I wouldn't put it past her. Sometimes. You got the ick. Yeah. I mean, it was never anything like serious. It was just like an annoying cough, and I was like, is this allergies or what? I had like a little bit of a head cold. And that was pretty much it. But the actual coughing portion just will not go away for me. Sorry, I'm not responding to YouTube chat. I can barely see it on my screen. I'm trying to figure out how to escape Shinny's spawn. He keeps using the force. You want to stay with me. Yeah, she's currently snuggling our 2-year-old in his bed, trying to get him to go back to sleep. So yeah, it is she's just on her phone, laying in his bed, trying her best to participate. So she's going above and beyond already. Oh, a hydrate. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. You'll never escape. Adorable. Nevermore Painting. How's it going? Thank you for the follow. Always appreciated. 3D printing multiple lightsaber wall mounts because I'm up to 5 single sabers and 2 saber staffs. Very nice. That's a few. I always wanted to like mount some up like my staircase, like have them like on the wall, so when you're going down the stairs they kind of like, but I want them on, like I want them vertically mounted, and I want them somehow to be controlled with a light switch or motion controlled or something. Good heavens. Our AC went out like 9 months ago, so we got a portable AC unit and moved my son's mattress to our room. He still sleeps in there, and honestly, we don't mind. The AC was fixed 2 days later. So our 2-year-old, we got some water on my brush. We moved both of our kids to like basically a normal size, like full size bed as soon as we could. It made it so much easier for like bedtime routines and stuff, so that we could basically like read books with them and hop in there with them real quick and snuggle them, you know, tuck them in bed and everything, and then wait for him to pass out and then sneak away usually. But he didn't have a nap today, and he was a little bit grumpy, and I was in there with him a little bit earlier. And then Shinny Wifey came to trade so that I could come get ready for the stream. Because we try to do the stream every Wednesday night at the same bat time and same bat channel. Bed to grow into, yes. It's handy. Got you on while I chug through my massive Napoleonic project. Nice. Nice. I've never played any of the like historical war games. History's too real and it scares me. Whereas Star Wars is love, Star Wars is life. No, I don't have anything against the historical war games. I've never tried them. I've never been super interested to paint some of those minis. Whereas with like Star Wars and Warhammer and stuff like that, I'm like, these are so cool. There's Wookiees, or you know, whatever else I decide to paint. Hear me out. Napoleonic vampire hunting. Okay. Okay, you're selling me. Tell me more. Oh, she's making the great escape. Memories of Shrek finished with the chat. Oh, okay. I just saw Taltus's comment that he's making the staircase thing that I wanted with his lightsabers. I must see pictures when you're doing this, and you must let me know like how you're doing it, because that's like a project that I think even Shinny Wifey would be okay with, because she would also think it's cool. You're gonna run the on-off controller into the wall through the bottom of the saber, hide it in the stand, and just do a wall run linked to a single switch. Excuse me, sorry. I like that. Every time I look up, it's followed. I think they mean a term paper. Wait, what? Oh, maybe he did. There's a whole game for it called the Silver Bayonet. No, they're talking about a game. There's totally historical war games. I know there's like Napoleonic stuff, and like Bolt Action, I believe, is mostly like World War One. It might be older than that, actually. I don't know enough about Bolt Action now that I think about it. You do Bolt Action. Oh, World War II. Okay. I don't know why I was thinking it was World War One. I guess in my mind I was thinking like, oh, bolt action guns, they must be older. Even though there's only like a decade and a half between the majority of those wars. I mean, I guess that is still a lot of time for guns to evolve. For the Napoleonic... Oh, wait, I'm sorry, I missed that. Written by the same guy who made Frostgrave and Stargrave. Oh my gosh. Is that Joseph McCullough? For the Napoleonic vampire hunting? You rolled a 1. Oh no, Shinny Wifey didn't escape. I think those little hairband things look pretty good in his hair. That silver bayonet, nice. Okay, I believe he also did Rangers of Shadow Deep, which is one that I've really enjoyed playing. Anyway, if you didn't make it, the dino woke up. Yeah, our 2-year-old is definitely part dinosaur. Either, we're not sure if he's a velociraptor or a T-Rex though, and he will not tell us. He will just roar and bite at us. I'll have to convert AC to DC before hitting the controller, so it'll have like 6 or 7 converters hidden in the wall. Would it make sense to like have the Switch go to a converter or a like if you converted it to DC and then split it to all the sabers? Would that make sense? And the new Warriors of Athena. Ooh, I've heard of that one. I haven't seen it yet, though. You have to slip a stuffed animal right where you're laying. It's the art of the ninja. Raptor. Oh, he's probably more Raptor. He move his hand off my chest. I disturbed its slumber. Is this guy? Oh, he's also got some little dread things. Might be a short enough run. DC always have massively reduced run lengths. Oh, that's fair. Okay. I don't know a ton about electrical stuff. Most of my experience is with like very amateur like prop and cosplay building things. Like I've wired up a couple of lightsabers following like very rudimentary guides. And I've added some like lights to helmets and stuff like that, but that's about it. Just simple, you know, batteries and LEDs, a couple of fans. Probably need a poke flute at this point. Yeah, if there was an option to buy a real poke flute for him, like if it, especially if it worked on him, like that's an insta buy. 120 volt AC can run like 150 feet back and forth from breaker to breaker. You think DC's like 10 feet. Okay, that makes sense. Why you potentially wouldn't want to do it the way I was thinking. Like in my mind, it kind of makes sense. But yeah, if you're limited by the run length too much, I could see that being a problem. It's almost a good idea. Deal of historical gaming, have armies ranging from 20 minutes from tomorrow all the way back to early Imperial Romans. Nice. Your son used to fall asleep to me singing Misty Mountains. Now he just looks at me and says, no thank you. Was he like maybe 4? Just no thank you. There's like a certain age that they hit where their speech becomes too good, and it's like a hilarious amount of like talk back for their age. He is 4. Yeah, our oldest is 8, so I've kind of we kind of ran into that with her a little bit as well. Of, you know, they hit a certain age and then they're talking back. It's like, where did you learn to speak to us like this? Oh my gosh, he's got a bunch of dreads in here. I could just get beefy wire and up my DC to like 3 amp and hope I never touch a wire and die. You could. I'm not going to tell you that that's a good idea or anything. That sounds... Oh, I got a hair in my brush. That sounds pretty intense. My kid used to only sleep to Markiplier's Five Nights at Freddy videos. That's an interesting way to fall asleep. I think these are supposed to be like metallic bangle things or something, but I want them to be red. She's not 13. You get to explain to my wife why I'm now crispy. Just be like, yeah, he listened to me, and like usual, it was a bad idea. She can sleep through anything now. Our 8-year-old can sleep through quite a bit. Hair beads can be any color. You are so right. Rule of cool. Hair beads are red. I don't know how cool it is, but it's good enough for me. I think they look pretty cool in this guy's hair. There's dreads and everything. I don't know if you guys had noticed, I know a couple of you were here last time, but I really like how his kind of patchwork fur came out. And this was all painted with speed paints, by the way, except for the red that we're doing right now, the little details. We're picking out a few details. We painted like the majority with speed paint, and then we're going back and adding some details. But yeah, I really, really like how the patchwork fur came out. Okay, Shinny family, I'm heading to bed. It was good to hang out again. I'll see you guys next week, I hope. Lord Taltosh, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with us. I'm the one who always draws Poppy Playtime characters, but literally Five Nights at Freddy's is something my friend draws all the time from Mini Shinny. She has not watched any of those videos, but she has started drawing the characters from some of those videos. Good that she hasn't watched them. I was not planning on letting her watch them anytime soon. And there are quite a few of these in his hair. And I'm trying not to let my brush dry out too much either while I'm painting. When I used to stream horror, the only time my wife tuned in was in the middle of the game Madison. She noped out real fast. I don't even know what Madison is. I'm not into horror games. But a couple of my friends convinced me to play Phasmophobia back when that first came out, and I had quite a bit of fun with that one. But that one was also kind of goofy at times, and I remember like running around in the house like yelling at the ghost, trying to get it to do things. Well, I guess it wasn't always a ghost. Sometimes it was like a demon or something. I don't remember. There was a bunch of options of what the thing could be. Phaz was really fun when it came out. Yeah, I feel like later on, because we tried to go back and play it later, and it felt really weird. Like, I know the whole thing is a video game, but it almost felt like they gamified it too much or something. I don't know how to explain it. But they changed something. Tried to improve too much and it didn't feel the same. That's probably a good way of putting that. Like they probably improved things that didn't actually need improving. Your heart is pounding. Did you escape? Did you make it? Is the escape still in progress, Shinny Wifey? A long time ago, so before I really kind of got into miniature painting and stuff, I used to be more of a game streamer, video games, all that good stuff. And Shinny Wifey actually used to stream with me. We played Sea of Thieves together, which was some good old piratey times. These live updates from her, basically. Mini Shinny, turn off the light and turn down your volume. Mini Shinny, do it. Mini Shinny, save her. Mini Shinny, you're her only hope. But yeah, all the updates from Shinny Wifey are basically live updates of her trying to escape the dinosaur's lair. He's a really small dinosaur, but he's a very angry dinosaur that she's trying to escape from. The Nitos? The Nitos? I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce the name. Nitos was how I wanted to say it first, but I don't know if that's correct. But hello, how's it going? Welcome. Just Nito is fine? Okay, nice. This is the true horror game. The horror game is listening to Shinny Wifey try to escape from my son's bed after tucking him in for like the third time tonight. He was out with her most of the day. They were over at her parents' house, and he did not nap. He had a lot of fun playing outside. Like, he had a, you know, nice grand old day, but he did not have a nap earlier. And, you know, he's 2 now. He doesn't always need a nap, but sometimes we really wish he would have taken a nap, if that makes sense. I'm out the door. Now to shut the door. Excuse me. Gosh golly gee willikers. This stupid cough is upsetting to me. Oh, I hear footsteps upstairs. It's usually a good sign. I'm liking how those dreads are coming out. Phaedros, how's it coming? I wish I could nap too. Me too, Blood Drunk Bruce. Blood Drunk Bruce. My gosh, that is a mouthful. It's like a tongue twister for me. I'm free, precious. I need to get some Lord of the Rings minis so that she can keep making her Lord of the Rings references. Try it with the stutter. Oh boy. I think that would be very difficult. I see it. There's technically one right there. Okay. It's like mostly overlapped. Bruce is fine. Not even my actual name. That's okay. Shinny's not my actual name either, in case anyone was, you know, wondering about that. That'd be a weird name. Wow, I've been lied to. In case anyone is wondering, my real name is Ryan, which is not like Shinny at all. But a long time ago, back in the early days of Halo, I started going by a dead guy because teenage me thought it was absolutely hilarious when you'd kill someone and it would say, you were killed by a dead guy, or you killed a dead guy. This whole time I thought the whole Shinny family was all named Shinny. Whoop. I just smacked my camera. So yeah, that was the good old days of Halo, and that kind of slowly evolved. Mine was guy you saw at Walmart. I love it. You were killed by a guy you saw at Walmart. That's fantastic. Like, I remember one of my friends was like, his username was Cancer or something like that, and my name is Shinny Wifey. What are you talking about? Yeah, that's her legal name. She had it changed. We went to the courthouse and had her name changed. All right, we're gonna work on this guy a little bit. I want to add a little bit of highlights to his fur. Gonna use some ash gray. Not the naughty word gray. Ash gray. I need to clarify because after I said it, kind of sounded like a naughty word, and I've got an 8-year-old in the chat, so I'm trying to be polite. My wet palette is getting kind of messy because I haven't switched out the paper. What? Oh, and I was going to get another cough drop. Oh, and Bruce, I don't think I ever actually answered your question on what's my favorite Star Wars movie. It's honestly really hard to decide. I think, like, if I had to pick one where it's like, I think A New Hope, because it's, as a standalone movie, I mean, it was my first experience with Star Wars as a kid, but as a standalone movie, it's, you know, it's got a beginning, middle, and end. It could have been, if that was the only movie that ever came out, it would have still worked, right? Phantom Menace all the way. I think that's what you there also had said. I think someone else had said Phantom Menace. I'm pretty sure it was you there, but I'm going to feel really, really bad if I was wrong on who said it. He built a Chaos Rhino for 40K yesterday, plus some repairs with extra bits because resin breaks so easily and plastic doesn't. This is true. That's a true statement. Resin does break easy. And I apologize, when I have the camera zoomed in and I'm like not actually holding up a mini, you guys don't get to see anything exciting, so I apologize for that. If I'm right, George said he made New Hope that way in case it wasn't successful and it really was a one and done. I've always kind of heard that, but I was never really sure if that was the case or not. This is getting... I was trying to do some like minor highlights and I kind of went overkill. I wanted to just like brush a little bit on instead of dry brushing, but in hindsight, maybe I should go back and do some dry brushing. Oh, I was wrong. Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it. You love Maul, but Revenge of the Sith. That's right. Who said Phantom Menace? I'm not scrolling back up. We live for the mini teas. Someone definitely said Phantom Menace earlier. And I think it was one of Bruce's friends. Someone that he tricked into showing up here. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, you there said that their first Star Wars movie ever was Revenge of the Sith. It might have been Nevermore. I feel like the conversation actually happened before Nevermore showed up, though. And there's been a few new faces that I'm not great with names, so I'm trying to remember everyone who showed up. I'm painting and have the memory of a goldfish, so who knows? And Necrotomb, welcome back. How's it going, buddy? Your favorite Star Wars movie is The Last Jedi. Just kidding. I think I made myself sick typing that. It's Revenge of the Sith. So, like, I was actually thinking that... New crew. I was just thinking that actually earlier, that nobody said any of the sequel movies. And I am not a... I'm not a hater. Most of my friends would probably let you know that I'm a pretty like happy-go-lucky person. I enjoy all sorts of things. I'm not a critical person of movies or anything like that. There are things that I enjoy in the sequel trilogy. Do I think they were great movies? Not necessarily. I think there were, some potential great ideas. I say potentially great because they, you know, didn't always deliver on what they were thinking, but there were definitely some cool moments. He's just a curmudgeon. I'll give The Last Jedi one thing. They tried something different, which I appreciate. See, I only watched the first 6. We don't talk about the other 3. So yeah, The Last Jedi did try something different. I think that one scene where they did the hyperspace jump looked visually stunning. I remember when that happened in theaters and like everyone just kind of like sat there in like stunned silence for a couple of seconds. Like it was really cool until I stopped and like really thought about it. You said a naughty word? Did it stop you from saying something? I didn't get a pop-up for you saying a naughty word, Phaedro, so I apologize if it caught something for you. Danitos, thank you for the follow. Appreciated. Biggest gripe was Rey somehow was going toe-to-toe with a trained Kylo. Yeah, I don't think that made a ton of sense. Like, unless we had like a cool training montage beforehand, maybe would have been more believable. But so the hyperspace thing, I think that could have still worked if they did one teensy little thing a little bit different. Okay. And I think because currently with how it was established in the movie, how it was shown, was kind of like, well, why don't they just launch other ships into hyperspace and collide with them and, you know, cause massive destruction? I mean, obviously it was, you know, a kind of a kamikaze run and a suicide mission, but I feel like Saw Gerrera was kind of extreme at times and might have done things like that if he, you know, knew that he could. Right? Like that's some of those questions that I think it kind of pops up and doesn't make a lot of sense afterwards. This was my post, but I used a different word than stuff because the only one that was even passable was TFA. TLJ was a train wreck, and while Rise of Skywalker was a course correction, it didn't completely fix the stuff Rian Johnson did. Oh, okay. No, it didn't. It didn't post. Okay, so yeah. So, oh, and Shinny Wifey, I'm sorry, Mini Shinny asks, who's ready to see the Mando and Grogu movie? She's excited. I know she is. I'm excited. I saw a review that basically was like, it's kind of like a really long episode of The Mandalorian. And I'm like, that's all I wanted from the movie, honestly. I wanted to watch a long episode of Mandalorian and have fun the whole time. And from my understanding of early reviews, that's exactly what I'm going to get. Miniature Graveyard. I'm ready to see the baby. I said crap and it flagged it. That's amazing. Sorry, Phaedros. Minnie, how's it going? How'd your stream go tonight? I'm working on the same Wookiees that I was working on last week. I'm just kind of adding a little bit of highlights to his fur here, trying not to go too overboard. I just wanted to add a little bit more contrast. Very good. Worked on non-metallic metal. Very nice. I've only attempted it like twice, and I was not impressed with my results yet, so I need more practice with some NMM. I liked Mando when it was just Mando and Grogu wandering the universe doing odd jobs unless he's the savior of the universe. That's fair. Nevermore. Ringbolt, hello. How's it going? Shinny cried. Oh, no. Wait, me? Or Shinny baby? Hold on. What's Shinny wifey talking about? I'm confused. What did I cry about? Is she saying that I cried? Did I cry because of non-metallic metal? That might be true, honestly. I may or may not be bypassing non-metallic metal by using a makeup blender sponge. I have never tried that. Oh, and I think we got some more follows, so I appreciate it. Oh, baby. The baby cried. Okay, dang. And Minnie Shinny is in the YouTube chat, and she is also saying hi to Miniature Graveyard and Necrotomb and the 19 others, is what she said. I am dual streaming on YouTube and Twitch, and my daughter, Minnie Shinny, really enjoys hanging out with the stream chat and everything, so she does her best to interact. And Shinny Wifey also joins in a lot of times, but she is also dealing with the baby, our own little baby Yoda, who is a lot angrier than Grogu. We usually just call him our little dinosaur or something similar, because he gets angry at times. And so he's in bed, and he is supposed to be sleeping, but he keeps waking up. Unfortunately, he did not get a nap today, so he's kind of grumpy, unfortunately. So Shinny Wifey has been very gracious. She lets me stream on Wednesdays, and she takes care of him and all that good stuff so that I can keep doing this. And she tries to hang out with us when she can, which is awesome. I could not do this without her. Sounds like he'll fit in perfect on Korriban. I feel like I'm having trouble thinning my paints tonight. Like suddenly I've lost the ability. It's like I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm just trying to add some highlights to his fur. Up that contrast just a little bit, because it was just not quite there with only the speed paint. I wanted a little bit more. And I really like how this ash gray is helping. Dance boogie for Shinny Wife. He's still asleep. I rolled an 18 and a 5 after rolling a 1 for the first escape plan. Amy, thank you for the hydrate. That's a good idea. I've been coughing a little bit tonight, so I appreciate that, Amy. And welcome, Amy. Thank you for stopping by. And Minnie Shinny just said that Shinny Wifey got out of torture prison. Amazing. Gotta go find food. Have a wonderful stream. Miniature Graveyard, thank you so much. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the raid. Always appreciated. I'm glad you had a good night. Go get some snacks. Or real food if you need that instead. Gotta see the new one you're working on? Currently, we are working on a couple of Wookiees. I did a lot of this out of order. Probably not in the most efficient way to do it. So, ooh, I can definitely see that this side of his head is not quite highlighted correctly. Until I looked at it on the screen, it wasn't really standing out to me enough. So I'm gonna have to go back and fix that a little bit. But so this Wookiee we're working on, we speed painted 3 of them last week. So we speed painted all 3 of these guys on stream. We did the patchwork guy here, the kind of lighter brown guy here, and the dark gray one that I'm adding some highlights to currently. And earlier tonight, I worked on adding some of the red, like their little hair tie things and their little dreadlocks. That's what they are. So I've been working on that a little bit. And last time I added all of the basing material because I was so excited to open. I had gotten a box. Hold on. Let me zoom out just a little bit. I had gotten this Gamer's Grass Alien Grass Tuff starter box, and I was so excited to open it that I just kind of went straight for it. I probably shouldn't have added the grass as early as I did, but I couldn't be stopped. So far, Bruce, I'm really liking them. They went on really easy, and this pack, the pack that I bought, it had 4 different ones in it, 4 different sheets of them. Came with a really nice pair of tweezers, a little bottle, about the same size as like this little Gorilla Glue thing, but it was a PVA glue bottle. Excitement wins always. It really did. I was too excited, and then afterwards I was like, maybe I should have painted the base rim before adding the topping, but it's too late. It's too late. So yeah, we're working on and some highlights. We'll probably paint the base rims, and then I don't know how far we're gonna get. If I finish these 3, I actually have 3 more Wookiees. These are like the heavy weapon options in game. So the 3 that I started down here, these are like the base squad. This is how it works in Star Wars Legion. Like you have this squad of 3, and then you can add like a heavy guy to the squad. So like this guy, I think it's just called the Wookiee long gun or something like that. He's kind of like a sniper. And then this guy has the Wookiee bowcaster, kind of like Chewbacca's. He also has like these crazy looking sword things on his back. And then this guy has a big like battle shield thing, which is pretty neat. Oh, and I'm sorry, Mini Shinny. I just saw she was talking to me. I want to play Minecraft with Hero Brian. Dad, can we do that? Survival. No, hardcore. I've created a monster. That is going to be difficult to do. And Amy with her Doritos. I just looked up and saw that. Sorry. Shinny likes horror Minecraft mods. So I don't know if I would say that she likes them, but sometimes she thinks that that's what she wants, not realizing what she's asking for, if that makes sense. Because she was like wanting to watch like Poppy Playtime videos and Five Nights at Freddy's and stuff, and I'm like, you're not quite ready for some of this. Oh boy, exactly. I'm like, you need to wait. And she's like, some of my classmates watch it. And I'm like, they really shouldn't be. And I'm like, just because their parents are making bad decisions doesn't mean that I want to make bad decisions. Back in my days, I want Huggy and Friends add-on. Yeah, we're not doing that, Mini Shinny. Not yet. I got scared by it, but I'm just a big baby. I'm hoping my son one day gets into one of my hobbies. I've actually been slowly collecting Pokemon cards for him. For if he's ever interested, I can be the coolest dad and give him binders full and unopened packs. That would be kind of cool, actually. Mini Shinny does actually really enjoy painting miniatures with me. Sometimes she, when I have spare ones for her to paint, she'll actually come down here and we'll paint together for a little bit. She is a much faster painter than me, though, and so in the time I'm like working on painting one miniature, she has like half a dozen completely finished. And so it is, I have to do a lot of prep work to get her stuff ready before we sit down to paint. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Just one day you open it and he stares at it with jaw dropped. That would be really cool. I've watched Cringy Goal with 100 Days of Getting Haunted by Herobrine. No stalked. I think he gets stalked. Well, I think that's going to be a little bit different than trying to add like a random Herobrine mod, because most people that are making those kind of mods are wanting him to be kind of scary. Like he's going to show up and probably do creepy things. And so it's going to be a little bit different than like a scripted YouTube video playthrough, like for a YouTuber. Like they're doing things a little bit differently. Oh my gosh, sorry. She's fast. She do commissions. Not yet. There's one where he jump scares you from behind. Yeah, see, I don't think she would like that. Like she's gonna tell me that she wants that, but she's not going to want it once, you know, she experiences it for the first time. Not like Five Nights at Freddy's, he just stands somewhere in the distance. Oh, that's kind of funny, actually. Like, you just turn around and he's just there, but, you know, 50 blocks away or something. You also tweak it or change it in game with settings. That's kind of cool. That's not too bad. See, something like that, I think she'd probably be okay with. I think that fur is looking pretty good. Hey, what's up, Herobrine? How's it going, buddy? What are you doing over there? I did, I got a Cobblemon server going for her. And one of her friends from school, and they play on that every once in a while. And that one, it was actually pretty cool. I was actually really enjoying that. Unfortunately, the last time we tried a new mod pack, we picked one that sounded really cool, but then it turns out that the mod pack creators had designed it in such a way that they want you to play on like their custom server, and if you spin up your own server, there's a whole bunch of stuff disabled, and there's like a missing mod that enables a bunch of stuff, and I don't know enough about how to go in there and like fix it. And even people on Reddit were like, this is an undertaking to try to like put it back in a working state unless you're playing on like their official server. And so that's really annoying, because like it disabled like structure spawning, and it disabled like the trainers mods and stuff like that, and it was frustrating. The one we had played on before was really cool, except it had like a I don't remember what the name of the mod was, like Radical Trainers or something, but it had some sort of mod that made it so like you were supposed to beat all the trainers in a specific order, and you had to kind of go through and do all these challenges so you could level up your Pokemon, which is cool, don't get me wrong, but when you have a couple of 8-year-olds trying to play on it, most of the battles were pretty difficult, like even for me. And I'm not like some great Pokemon player. I'm not like a super strategist or anything, but I understand like some of the core concepts of like, oh, you got to use this type to get advantages on this type and stuff like that. And I even struggled like beating the first few gym leaders. I put it in my creative server out of boredom. It's full of like towns and cities, and every time I was building, it just spawned behind me watching. You want to come help with this? Oh my gosh, yes. Okay. So hold on, I gotta switch cameras for this one. So years ago, back when this was still kind of like a video game streaming channel, I was actually streaming Phasmophobia. And at one point during the stream, Shinny Wifey was interacting in chat and everything. She was, you know, typing in the chat. I had a handful of viewers, nothing crazy, and I was playing with a couple of friends. At one point during the stream, you know, and I was playing in the dark. I had all the lights off. I was going for that immersion factor. But at one point during the stream, while I'm like trying to hunt the ghost and figure out what's going on, Shinny Wifey snuck downstairs, snuck up right behind me, and she had like a doll. I think it was a Batgirl doll, and it was like one of those like kind of cute, I don't know, like a foot tall, had like long hair. And she kind of like lowered it down where the hair from the doll was like, it like brushed up against my skin or my hair or something, like on my forehead. And I remember like I had that split second of like I went to brush it away thinking like, oh man, is that a bug or like a spider or something? And because, you know, I'm in a basement, I occasionally have bugs drop on me. And she got me really good. The audacity, the gall. But yeah, like I had a pretty good jump scare of like I went to brush and I like immediately was like, there is more than just like a bug here. There is like a physical object right above my head, and I jumped pretty good. Yeah, she snuck down. I had no idea she was here. Oh, and Amy, are you playing Cobblemon too, based on what you were saying? Make me smile. Hold on. Can I zoom this really? Nope. Wrong one. So I had one before where it would like zoom in real creepy like on my face. And I would just stare at the camera uncomfortably for like 10 seconds. But yeah, no, she got me really good with that doll. And I'm pretty sure, like, after I realized that there was something actually there and not like a spider web or something, I'm pretty sure I like tried to smack it away. I don't remember. I just remember she completely snuck down. I had no idea. I mean, I was wearing headphones too, so it's not quite as easy to hear someone sneak down, but a lot of times I hear when someone comes down the stairs. Our stairs are pretty squeaky, but she did a really, really good job of like actually going carefully down the stairs and sneaking. It's also much worse if you have noise cancellation headphones. I don't remember if the ones I was wearing were, but they definitely were blocking a chunk of the sound. And I was like really focused in on the game, like trying to figure out like what kind of ghost are we tracking? Oh, you made a Cobblemon server with friends? Nice. Yeah, the one we were playing, the pack we were playing is called Cobblemon Academy. And again, if you're on like the official server, it's probably really, really cool. But if you're trying to host your own, so much stuff is disabled and things just don't work right. And both Minnie Shinny and her friend are like, no, we don't want to start over again. And I'm like, but I kind of want to get like a working one. Like I want to pick a different mod pack that actually works so that you can do all the cool stuff. Barefoot was the way to go, stealth mode. That makes sense. It makes complete sense. Barefoot or socks and avoiding the middle of the steps. So Bruce, we also have a couple of our steps. We actually have one or two where the middle is the spot that doesn't squeak, but all the rest of them, the middle definitely squeaks. But there's one or two that it actually works better to step near the edge. Or I'm sorry, there's a couple where it makes sense that the middle seems to not squeak. And so, but most of them, it's the edge. I'd say the Herobrine mod where he just pops up nearby is the best to go. He's mostly harmless. Otherwise, you can change his stuff in the game settings with a command. So that would probably be Mini Shinny. That's probably one we could do. I apologize, guys. I'm coughing quite a bit. Covering the giggles was the worst part. Man, she laughed so good after that. I mean, she got me. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. You know what? I'll do another because I drank before you redeemed that. I appreciate that though. I have cough drops. I have been sneaking them the entire evening. I have a whole pack of these Ricolas. And Amy with another hydrate. Okay, give me 1 second. Something just popped off my desk and I have no idea what it was. I'm gonna put the cough drop in and then I will redeem Amy's hydrate. Where's the seam? Oh, there it is. But yeah, I will fully admit she got me really good. Gum gum dum dum. None are working, so let's switch to try to make one with Herobrine. You know what? We can probably do something like that. Okay. This guy, I feel pretty good about his fur. I don't think I need to add more highlights to his, or at least I don't really feel like I need to. Is that a Night Museum reference or what the movie is called? Is that Labyrinth? I'm trying to remember. She quotes it to me, and I'm pretty sure it's from Labyrinth, like the big-headed guy. Or am I thinking of something else? Oh no, I am totally. It is the Night at the Museum because it's the like totem face, isn't it? That's right. That's right. Okay. I was thinking the guy from Labyrinth, and that is not correct at all. But I feel like he also says something interesting. Wrong. I'm writing it on my calendar. That's fair. Okay, this guy's fur. Some of his dark fur, I think, can use some highlights. She feels compelled to, anytime I'm wrong, she has to write it on her calendar. Because it's not often. Yeah, okay. So I saw the Nidos saying no problem, Mini Shinny, and I was like, hold on, what has she been saying? And I had to look back over because unfortunately my YouTube and Twitch chats are on different panels, and I keep forgetting to look at YouTube. So I really apologize, Mini Shinny. I'm falling behind on your chat. But she thanked Nidos for the idea, and then she will ask until she gets it, is what she said. Yeah, Nidos, link the mod. if you link it here in the chat, there's a very good chance I will miss it or not be able to scroll back up and find the link. I'm okay, or you can definitely post it here if you want, but I also do have a Discord server if you're interested, or if you want to message me on there or something. Spitfire Miniatures, thank you for the follow. You have an ad for 20 seconds. Oh, ad's over. Okay. An ad for 20 seconds, but would a squad with camp cloaks, probably camo cloaks, look different if they have different camo patterns? Same colors, but different patterns. Would they look different? Do you mean, I'm trying to think. Are you meaning like if you have a squad of like, say 5 guys with camo cloaks, are you wanting each guy to have a different pattern? Like a different camouflage pattern? Or are you... No, okay. Are you wanting like different squads with different patterns? Like 5 are the same and 5 are different. Okay, okay. So like 2 different patterns on like 5 guys with one pattern A and 5 guys with pattern B. Painting the Spectre Squad from the new Terror on Devlin box. Oh man, okay, so that box looked really cool. I don't have a lot of 40k stuff. I have some. I collected for a little bit and then I got into some other stuff. But yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think same colors, because then you can keep kind of a lot of consistency between them. They would still look good on the table together even if they had different patterns, but then you'd be able to more easily distinguish between a squad A and a squad B. I've done it a little bit with let me grab a clone trooper here real quick. So like on some of my clones, for example, like this guy, I'm working on like a you know, his squad markings or whatever, or his unit markings. And so his whole unit is going to have the exact same. But I also have a set of ARC troopers that have a different pattern, but they're also different models. But I was planning on a lot of my units having similar markings, but not necessarily being exactly the same, if that makes sense. I also thought about doing different basing, like having, maybe they all look the same because they're from the same army, but maybe their bases are different to help one squad. Like I can have one squad all together where it's like, oh yep, these guys are all the same because their bases are the same, and then the next squad is slightly different. I do stuff like that sometimes. I haven't really painted anything with camo cloaks yet though, so that is actually really cool. I have one box of is it the Eliminators, the Space Marine Eliminators? I think it's a squad of like 3 of the snipers. Oh yeah, okay, so I was looking at highlights for this guy's fur. Is fur brown? Is that gonna be too much of a highlight? That might be a big jump. Do it in survival mode. Keep inventory with my friend and dad if I can. I'm not the best at hardcore. I tried a few hardcore and basically died. Thank you so much, Nidos, for sharing that. I really appreciate that, and that'll probably help me a lot getting that set up for Mini Shinny. Eliminators are pretty cool. So when I played 40k, I don't really play it anymore. I was collecting Black Templars and I was collecting Adeptus Mechanicus, the AdMech. And I had a lot of fun painting both of those. But since Black Templars are like so crusade-y and so melee focused, Eliminators like didn't really make sense at the time. But then I thought like, oh, what if I painted their cloaks? So instead of being like camo cloaks, if I painted it where they were like super bright, fiery orange cloaks, so they like really stand out, like they're a distraction unit instead of like a normal sniper unit. I thought about that. I haven't done it yet, but that was my idea of what I wanted to do. If I was painting my eliminators again, I would paint the cloaks separate to make it easier. Ooh, that's a good idea. I haven't even built mine yet, so I might have to keep that in mind. I also really want to get a new Cobblemon mod pack for her. Like, I know she wants to do the Herobrine thing for a little bit, so you know we'll play around with that for a little bit. But I would love to get a new Cobblemon mod pack that's different than the one we currently have. We have Cobblemon Academy, and it was just really annoying because they kind of locked down. Like, if you were building your own server, they really locked it down and made it really difficult to do a lot of things. I'm going to try Fur Brown. This might be too bright a highlights. We'll see. Amy, oh my gosh. Amy gifted 5 tier 1 subs. Thank you so much, Amy. That is awesome. Looks like they went to Necrotomb, Michael Paints Minis, The Long Rest DM, Nitos, and Phaedros X. Amy, that is amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I'm sure these guys appreciate that as well. You realize you never did that? You never had to do that, Amy. I appreciate it all the same, but it is not it's not like a requirement or anything like that. It's just awesome for people to be here. You don't notice he's watching you. There goes the advancement. He's watching. Oh, for the Herobrine mod? That's pretty funny. Yeah, Amy, that is awesome. Thank you so much. Hope we get some more awesome people to join. And I was feeling generous. Doritos! Well, again, it is greatly appreciated. It definitely helps things out for us here. And I have definitely been enjoying having everybody in the chat tonight. This has been really exciting. We've had quite a few new faces. We've had quite a few returning faces too, which is really neat. And we're just having a fun time painting some minis. Excuse me, goodness. When you go look at him, he's running away. It's funny. I think you can also change the way he moves when he runs away. Oh, and Bruce is nearly done with the 3 Gondor minis he's working on. Finally. Man, Bruce has he's posted some of the minis he's worked on in my Discord. Also, oh my gosh, I don't know, I can't remember if I actually have a link under the stream or not to the Discord. So I do have a command though that will link people to it. And yeah, anyone who wants to join, you're more than welcome to. It is 100% a hangout place. It should prompt people now. I think I fixed my settings, but it should prompt people. Like it should ask you a question if you're interested in miniatures or tabletop games, and you can definitely select both options if you want to. And that will unlock new channels for you to see and post in and stuff. And everyone is definitely welcome to share anything they're working on, any, you know, tabletop games they want to play, they are playing, any miniatures they're painting. If you've got questions or have advice to share, 100%, that's what it's there for. Gosh dang. I'm sorry. I've been talking too much today. I don't want to... I have something I'm not quite ready to share yet that I did that required a bit of talking. But I also had a couple of meetings at work today that I had to talk a bit more than usual. So I think my throat is like at its limit of how much I should be talking today. Michael Paints Minis, welcome. Yeah, Amy is awesome for sharing those gift subs. That is absolutely amazing. Oh man, no, it wasn't a sneeze, it was a cough. I may be deaf. I think my mic is also... Oh my gosh, sorry. I think my mic is doing some like noise processing. Oh my gosh. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm getting old. But yeah, I'm definitely coughing. And I don't want to be coughing. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I've been eating cough drops. Nidos, definitely send it to me. I mean, you can post it in the chat too, somewhere if you want. I think there's like an off-topic channel. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. I am coughing way more than I was expecting. I just want to get a little bit more highlights done. That's it. I want highlights on the Wookiees. I've got like a tickle and it makes me keep coughing and it's driving me insane. This coughing, does Shinny Wifey have life insurance on me? She does, actually. All we want is Wookiee highlights. Come get some, welcome. Ritos Neatos. Mini Shinny says I'm sick like her. It's true. We both definitely got sick. Come get some. Why is that your username? I'm 100% okay with it. I want to know if there was a story behind it. No jousting here, so I can't come get some. rain check on that. There was a reason, but I don't remember what it was. It's been a while. That is fair. Honestly, sometimes we've had usernames for like a long time. My original username, which I guess on Twitch it is still currently Shinigaming channel, and I kind of go by Shinny for short. But the original reason was I really liked Bleach, and I thought Shinigami were cool. And I was a gaming channel, and so I mixed Shinigami and gaming into one word, into Shinigaming. And I thought I was being clever. And so that's the reason. Probably some fight thing. Come get some. Yeah, his arm's raised up here, so there's some good spots up here. We can add some highlights. And then when I started doing miniature painting, I created a new YouTube channel just for it. So my YouTube channel is Shinny's Tabletop Adventures, because it was kind of an offshoot of my old gaming channel. But I haven't changed my name on Twitch yet because I keep forgetting that that's even an option. Like I found it in the settings the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, I could change my name so it matches. So if my channel name updates to Shinny's Tabletop Adventures, please, no one freak out. Or do if it makes you very excited, you're allowed to freak out with that direction. I just saw over there, Amy also joined the YouTube chat, and Mini Shinny said she might fall asleep. Duke Nukem. Oh my gosh, like the original Duke Nukem? Is that what it was from? Oh, and Nitos, thank you so much. Thank you for sending that. I will take a look at that relatively soon. Just adding a bit of highlights to that Wookiee fur. This is the patchwork one. And I'm very pleased with him. Honestly, like I'm very pleased with all three of these Wookiees right now. I think they're looking... Mini Shinny doesn't want to go back to her own bed. She's currently in our bed. Her and Shinny Wifey are both in there with their laptops watching the stream upstairs. I'm just getting points over here. Amy's over there collecting her points. Oh, and for those who are on Twitch, if you are interested, I gotta plug my own stuff. I gotta get better at this. I'm not great at like plugging my own content, but if you are interested, my YouTube channel is here. I make miniature painting videos, and I'm currently in progress working with a video editor for my next video that I'm hoping will be better than some of my previous videos. I don't know how good it'll be yet. I'm hoping it'll be pretty good. But I am currently building up to doing a Star Wars Tours of Duty campaign on YouTube. I want to do like a battle report for it. I've done 5 parsecs from home in the past. It's been a little bit since my last one. I stopped for a little bit, and then I unfortunately lost a bunch of stuff, and so I don't know exactly where I was at. So it's kind of hard to go back and continue that one, which I'm kind of frustrated with. I would love to. So I may have to start up another 5 parsecs from home campaign because I had some viewers that were really enjoying that, and so I'm going to go back and do that. But I mostly make miniature painting or tabletop gaming related content, and yeah. Nitos, well, look at that. I'm over here now. It's now on YouTube. Mini Shinny, he actually sent me a direct link to that mod so that I can look into that and try to figure out how to get that set up for you. Which side is the dark side of the minis, or? Yeah, Twitch is probably the dark side. That's kind of where I'm leaning. And I'm going to carefully paint the rims of their bases. Twitch versus YouTube. Okay. Yeah, if it's out of those, I would argue that Twitch is the dark side. I mean, I think even by default, Twitch is in like dark mode, and YouTube by default is in light mode. And my YouTube is in dark mode because anything that I'm able to turn to dark mode, I do. Okay, hold on. Yeah, come get some. There's a Shinny Gaming, a Shinny Kitten, and a Shinny Wifey. Yes. There's also one more that is too young. There is a Shinny Baby that is currently in bed, a 2-year-old. There's 4 of us. But yeah, Mini Shinny, we have her a YouTube account so that she can interact with the stream. That's pretty much all. That's pretty much all she uses that YouTube account for. And then Shinny Wifey helps with a ton of things, like giving me the time to, you know, get prepped for these kind of streams, and then actually, you know, take the time to do the stream. But it's also really cool because, you know, they get to hang out in the stream chat, and you know, they help support me and everything, and that is really cool to me. Twitch is also dark mode, isn't it? Is Twitch? I'm pretty sure Twitch like starts in dark mode though, doesn't it? Or is there like an even darker mode? Or maybe I'm already in the even darker mode. I don't know. Maybe it's just been so long I've completely forgotten that there even was another option. Shitty Baby's nicknamed the Tank for good reason. It's true. He's a very hefty and strong 2-year-old. And you probably wouldn't know this about me because I'm, you know, sitting down most of the time, but I am 6'4" and about 220 pounds. So I am a decently large fellow, and my son definitely picks up a little bit of that. My guy's an ant. Old hearing you say that. I feel like Shinny Baby was born just last week. He is 2. A little bit older than 2 and a couple of months. We're not some of those weird parents that are like, oh yeah, he's 47 months old. Like, no, that's ridiculous. Like, pretty soon he'll be 2.5. That is a valid measurement. I too am 6'4", but like twice your weight. Meds and poor eating made me a big guy. That is completely fair and understandable. Part of my current weight, I actually used to be a decent amount lighter. I was actually a little underweight, but meds definitely helped me get to this weight that I'm at right now. But I was a little heavier. I was actually up at about 250 was my maximum weight. And then right around then I was like, nope, I gotta change something. Oh yeah, and Shinny Baby is, like she said, he's 35 pounds already, And yeah, he's not like a fat baby. He's just a solid baby. Yeah, a lot of the family calls him the tank. All right. I wish I had a better... Like I can... Here, we'll kind of show them off this way for now. So I'm pretty happy with this guy. I love the patchwork fur. His base might need another coat of black later. It's a little patchy at the moment. So after that dries, I might do another one. But I think this guy's pretty much done. And then we've got this guy here. Pretty happy with him too. I thought about painting their eyes, but I don't really feel like it right now. I've been coughing enough tonight. I should probably call it quits here pretty soon. I just wanted to kind of show them all off individually before going any further. Oh, yep. Minnie Shinny says she's going to be heading to bed. It's me in a sec. Bye. Danitos, thank you for helping, and everyone else, thanks. Have a great day or night. That's a good way to end that. Have a great day or night. I like that. Hearing you say that as I'm mid-painting eyes. I would paint their eyes, Bruce. I just don't want to right now. I think I will save it for later. Because I have painted eyes on quite a few minis. And theirs actually are... I don't know, it's kind of hard to see, but like their eyes are pretty pronounced. So I think I'd be able to paint them pretty well. I think I could do it on these guys. Some minis is like there's just really not a lot there to paint. But these guys, I think I could do it. But painting eyes could be a video. I do have a video for painting eyes, actually. I have a video for my process of painting eyes. If anyone is interested, I could link it for you. But I can also kind of do a quick demonstration for you. I'm not going to actually paint the eyes. But on this guy, for example, the first thing I usually do is paint the whole eye socket area a dark color, either black or a dark brown or something. And I get more than just like the pupil or the cornea area, like the eyeball. I get kind of the edge of the eye, like eyeliner type thing. Get his eyelashes. And after doing that, letting that dry, I then go back and very carefully paint a little bit of white. Sometimes off-white, it kind of depends. Pure white sometimes is just a little bit too much. But I go add a little bit of white to just the actual eyeball, leaving a little bit of that dark color, the black or the brown or whatever. Amy, thank you so much. Have a good night. Thank you for the hydrate, and thank you for all those gifted subs earlier. That was awesome. I greatly appreciate that. But get some sleep, Amy, and hopefully we'll see you next time. All right, so after painting the outer rim and then the white, my secret weapon that I'm going to pull out here in a second once I find it in my drawer. Making way too much noise. My secret weapon is the fine tip Gundam marker. These things are amazing. But I basically use this little itty bitty tiny point on this guy. It's for like panel lining and stuff. And I very carefully just kind of scribble in the pupil. And a lot of times I basically just kind of make like a vertical mark kind of in the center. It is so much easier to get both eyes looking in the same direction when you're able to get that fine-tipped marker in there. Heresy. I should get one of those. I do also, on my video, which actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and link it because I'm going to self-promote. I'm going to do it. I'm terrible at doing it. I always forget to do it. I'm not good at like, I don't know, selling my own stuff, you know, like I don't know how to explain that, but I'm gonna share the video to you guys because on that video I also have an affiliate link. If you're interested, I have an affiliate link to the Gundam markers. So at no additional cost to you, you can buy them. It's an Amazon link. But if you want, I get a small percentage from that affiliate link. Nitos, I'll definitely come on next time too, since Bruce doesn't do Wednesdays anymore. You need that break, Bruce. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, guys. I really do. I do stream on Wednesdays. Currently, it is the only night of the week I stream. I would love to do more in the future. I've done more in the past. I used to do like 3 or 4 nights a week, but one, I find it's really easy to accidentally get burnt out if you do too much. At some point, I'll probably bump it up to like a second night a week, but at the moment, I'm only doing Wednesdays. Because the other reason is I don't want to put too much extra strain on Shinny Wifey. Like this is already, it's a really cool kind of family event that we're getting to do here. I really like that we're able to, you know, hang out kind of as a family and have all you guys in here and you know, have everyone hanging out and chatting and kind of hobbying together. Like Bruce has been working on his Gondor minis during the stream, and I think that's really cool being able to do that kind of stuff. And I've seen some of the other streamers, I'm not trying to like invite myself in, I guess, but I've seen some of the other streamers do like that multi-stream thing where they're all in like a call together talking while they're hobbying, and like it combines the chats or something, and that is really neat. How do you I don't know how to do that, but I would love to do that with another streamer at some point. Mini Shinny's become my favorite. I'd play Minecraft with her. I think it'd be really cool to have like a slightly more public Minecraft server that but at the same time, it's also like she's only 8, and so we try really hard to not like expose her to too much of the internet, because there's a lot of, you know, not great things out there, and you know, we're trying to be as careful as we can with that kind of thing. And you know, even in like Twitch chats and stuff, there's always stuff that you know could be said or could go wrong, and I definitely try to, like, if someone just goes wild out there, you know, I insta ban. Like I'm not going to deal with that. But we always try to have a pretty chill stream. You know, I'm not a hyper active type person. I'm not like, hey everyone, we got to do blah blah. Like that's not me. This is my normal. This is how I talk normally. This is how when I'm hanging out with people, this is how I am. And I think that that's really cool, being able to, I don't know, I like making YouTube videos, but these kind of live streams things are really cool. Like this is one of my absolute favorite things about the hobby, is being able to hang out with everyone and make this kind of content. Add my Shinny shop link. Okay, you're right. Hold on. I do have a merch store. Shinny Wifey is begging me to share it. Hold on. I'm going to switch over to the other view because I have a couple of things in the merch store, like the Shinny's Tabletop Adventures water bottle. However, I have a complaint about this water bottle. I don't know if it's just mine. This is the one I've been drinking from all night. It's great. The water stays cold. However, the lid, let me unscrew this real quick. I don't know how well you can see this, but there's only like one single thread going across here. Like there's a little bit of overlap right here where there's kind of two, but for like a chunk of it, like starting right here, there's one single thread all the way around to here, where there's finally a second one again. And the reason that's a problem is when you tighten this up, like I've kind of 2-finger tightened it right here. I'm trying really hard to not like over tighten it, but just a little bit of extra pressure, you can over twist it. Okay, I need more than 2 fingers, I guess, but you can over twist it. If you right there, it kind of jerked and now it's loose again. So you can accidentally twist like past the actual close point. I'm used to like twisting to like a solid stop, and this one doesn't really do that. And yeah, we also had some shirts, and we've been trying to get samples of all of the different things so that, you know, we can try it out before we like show it to people. But there's shirts, there's hoodies. Let's see here. How do I share the shop? Copy URL. Here we go. Okay, so here is, if you're interested, here is the merch store. There is a I have the Don't Drink This paint mug because I thought it was hilarious. I also have the Shinny's Tabletop Adventures magnet. And this is a pretty decent sized magnet. I think this was like the 6-inch version. I believe. Knowing myself, I would still drink that. What else did we get? Let's see, we have the shirts. And we have shirts in like all sizes, by the way. We have one for me. We got Shinny Wifey a shirt. There's also like an actual Shinny Wifey logo shirt that I put on there. But I have a shirt, Shinny Wifey has a shirt, Mini Shinny has a shirt, and we also got a toddler size shirt for Shinny Baby, and we all wore them one day. And we tried to get them all in like the super soft type material so that they're more comfortable and not like, I don't know. I would prefer to have nice shirts as merch and not like crappy ones, I guess. I don't know. I'm not expecting a ton of people to buy merch, like, but I just thought it was cool having my own, you know, my own water bottle with my logo. Like, that is so neat. And my own shirts with my logo. Like that's so cool. And so yeah, that's available if anyone is interested. Anyone who hasn't joined, we have the Discord where you can hang out, post stuff, and I also try to keep people up to date. Like if for whatever reason I'm gonna miss a stream, I'm probably gonna post about it in the Discord. And yeah, I think that's all the self-promoting I'm going to do for now. And Bruce, I think what I was discussing earlier, and you came back from an ad and you're like, I don't know what was said, but I agree. I was talking about how like some of the mini painters do that like multi-stream thing. And I don't really know how that works, but I think that is awesome. And I would love to do that sometime. I think it'd be really cool to have like a hobby night and have multiple painters hanging out in a call. And cause it like shares the chat and stuff. Like I've joined into a couple of them, and it's neat. And I think that would be a really cool thing to do. So I don't know if you're interested or not, but a collab like that would be really neat, with other painters. And it doesn't even, like, I've seen some of them do like 2 or 3 or 3 or 4, but I think you can even do it with just 2. But I am not opposed to doing something like that. I think it would be neat. So I am open to collaboration. But awesome. Well, we will have to discuss some stuff on Discord, and I will look into how to make that thing work. But before it gets any later, because I'm going to keep rambling, I will keep talking for a while. I'm actually going to go ahead and switch over to the webcam view, because you guys don't need to be staring at my desk when nothing is happening. I'll just need to let the boss know of the date, the wife. I will have to do the same, honestly. We might have to, like, plan out, like, pick a day that we're both available and, you know, put it on the calendar once we get approval from the bosses. And it's going to be at day for you guys. Is it going to be at day for you guys? Nidos, I'm struggling to read. I think I know what you're saying, but I'm not positive. So I apologize. It's a date. But yeah, so before it gets any later, though, I want to look at other channels to raid, because I want to kind of pass some stuff forward. And because if I stand here and talk for another, or sit here and talk for another 30 minutes, it's going to be way too late to raid people. So I want to do it now before it gets too much later, because I'm at a good stopping point with the Wookiees for tonight. It's 8:21 a.m. for you. It is 11:21 p.m. for me right now. Yeah, it's getting closer to midnight. Try to every time, but it's tough to find one I enjoy. Late already. It is kind of late. I've had a long day also. I apologize, and I'm coughing a lot, and I don't want to keep coughing for you guys. So yeah, let's find someone to raid. If anyone has any suggestions, I'm completely open to that, but I'm also gonna pull up Twitch and just kind of look and see. It's Castic is live. Bruce raids her all the time. It's Castic. I will have to look them up. Hold on. Wait, hold on. I haven't even... Okay, so I just opened my Twitch feed thing, my stream manager, and I have a little thing that says, I've earned a hype chest. Open to see your reward. What does that mean? Open. I got an oh wow emote. That's what it says. I got that. That's what it said. Okay. Wild. Okay, so it's Castic. Let me raid. And let's see, I rated Tilsikire once. He was pretty cool. Oh, and Loki is live, it looks like. I feel like I've seen some of these names before. But yeah, hold on. It's Castic. I'm gonna keep forgetting that name before I start typing it. Here we go. It's Castic. War of the God Odin. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and let's see. She does Gundam for Warhammer. I have Lecter's Kitchen on my list. I don't know her stream much, but she has a cat camp, so it's a win. I feel like I've talked to Lecter's Kitchen before. Oh yeah, we're in Oz. We are in Kansas. If you've ever watched The Wizard of Oz, that's where we live. Okay. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let's raid It's Castic. I've not raided them before. It looks like they're working on some stuff. So let's get this started. Again, I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thanks for everything. You guys have been awesome. This has been a great night. This has been a really relaxing way to finish off the night. Because there was some stress earlier today, and so this has been a fantastic way to kind of relax and wind down and everything. So I was waiting on the like raid counter here and kind of going on with that, but yeah, thank you guys so much. Let's go ahead and raid It's Castic.